Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack complex topics and distill them into actionable insights just for you. Today, we're plunging into a common challenge for many pet owners: bath time. Now, you might think a nice warm bath is relaxing, a chance to unwind. But for our furry friends, it can be a source of major anxiety. In fact, a 2023 survey found that, get this, 72% of dog owners experience some level of stress during bath time, and a significant 21% report their dog shows severe anxiety. Think about it. A lot of you have probably dealt with a dog like Millie. A listener told us her dog's fear of baths was so intense after a few bad experiences that even the sight of the tub sent her scrambling. So how can we turn this dreaded chore into something positive, maybe even like a bonding experience, not just for Millie, but for your pet?
Yeah, it's truly intriguing how something so essential for hygiene can be so, difficult for our companions. We've pulled together insights from leading veterinary experts, professional groomers, and behavioral scientists to bring you a really comprehensive guide. We'll cover everything from the underlying science of pet anxiety to practical steps you can take to make bath time less of a battle and more of a spa day for your pet, hopefully.
Okay, so our mission today is to equip you with the knowledge and confidence to make your next pet bath a smoother, happier experience for both of you. So let's unpack this and deep dive into stress-free pet bathing. Right, before we jump into solutions, let's really try and understand why bath time is such a struggle for our pets. Because it turns out it's far more than just, getting wet.
That's exactly right. What's often overlooked is that for pets, especially dogs, it's this profound lack of agency.
Agency, right. Control.
Yeah, imagine being completely powerless, subjected to a strange environment with unfamiliar sounds and sensations. The rushing water, the slippery tub, being confined, the scrubbing the suds.
It sounds pretty overwhelming when you list it like that.
It really is. They don't have a choice in the matter, and it can feel incredibly invasive and often rushed. Plus, and this is fascinating, a dog identifies itself deeply by its natural scent, what we might consider, stinky.
Yeah, that lovely dog smell.
Exactly. So when we wash that away with shampoo, it triggers this deep instinct to reclaim their canine fingerprint. That often leads to those post-bath bursts of hyperactivity we call zoomies.
The zoomies. Okay, that makes sense now.
And wet fur is also just inherently uncomfortable. Movement is often their natural way of kind of resetting or drying off.
So beyond their own discomfort and that sensory overload, what are some common missteps we might be making? Things we do as owners that just add to their distress?
Oh, definitely. Many issues, surprisingly, stem from simple oversights that really amplify their discomfort. Let's start with the basics. Water temperature. Using water that's too hot or too cold creates this negative stimulus they just can't escape in the tub. Professional groomers widely recommend lukewarm water, like you'd test for a baby on your forearm.
Right.
Studies even suggest that around 30 degrees Celsius, or roughly 2-3 degrees cooler than what feels comfortable to us, is ideal for most dogs.
Wow, cooler than us. That's a key detail.
It is, and that small adjustment can make a huge difference in how they perceive the whole bath experience.
Okay, simple but crucial. Now, what about the shampoo itself? I confess I've definitely wondered if my own mild shampoo would be okay in a pinch.
Oh, that's such a common thought. But definitely resist the urge to grab your human shampoo, even if it says mild. A pet's skin has a significantly different pH balance than ours.
Okay.
Human shampoo will be drying. It'll disrupt their skin's protective barrier for up to 48 hours.
48 hours, wow.
Yeah. So always use pet-specific formulas. For sensitive skin, oatmeal-based shampoos are generally excellent. And your vet might recommend medicated shampoos for specific conditions, of course. And always do a little patch test first for pets prone to sensitivity. And here's a tip that's often missed. Have your shampoo and all your supplies right there.
Preparedness.
Exactly, before you even start. So you never have to leave your pet unattended mid-bath scrambling for something.
Good point.
And I'd also advise against strong, unnatural fragrances. Synthetic scents can actually increase their urge to roll around after the bath to reclaim their natural smell.
Oh, interesting. So unscented is better.
Unscented or naturally scented dog shampoos are usually a much better option, yeah.
That's fascinating insight about the scent connection. Okay, so we have the right shampoo. We've tested it. What about the actual washing technique? I often just, lather quickly and rinse, kind of hoping for the best. Get it over with.
Yeah, and that's understandable, but poor soap application and rinsing are huge contributors to skin irritation and discomfort. It's really not enough to just apply soap and let it sit. You need to actively massage the shampoo into the fur.
Massage it in. For how long?
For about 4 minutes, ideally, to really agitate and trap the grime.
4 minutes, okay.
Start with their legs and work your way up their body, saving their face for last. For their face, use a cotton ball or a soft washcloth, being super careful to avoid their eyes.
Right.
For ears, use just a tiny bit of shampoo on your fingers or a washcloth. And crucially, tilt your pet's head down before rinsing.
Head down. Why?
To prevent water from entering the ear canal, that can lead to nasty infections.
Ah, okay. Good tip.
Then, rinse in reverse order, head down, until the water runs completely clear of suds. Any residue left behind can cause significant skin irritation later.
Got it. Rinse, rinse, rinse.
And don't forget their paw pads. They sweat and trap odor, so give them some extra attention.
Right, paw pads. Okay. And what's the deal with brushing? Should we always brush before and after a bath?
Good question. It is beneficial to brush both before and after, but, and this is a big but, only if you brush your pet regularly. Like ideally, at least 3 times a week. If there are existing mats or knots, trying to brush them out during bath prep can be incredibly painful.
Yeah.
And that creates a really strong negative association with the whole grooming process. So in those cases, it's much better to take them to a professional groomer first.
Let the pros handle the serious tangles.
Exactly. They can safely remove the mats, and then you can establish a regular brushing routine at home. Now, for double-coated breeds, you can actually brush gently while shampooing sometimes to help shed the undercoat.
Oh, okay.
But for all other breeds, make sure your pet is as dry as possible after the bath and before you brush, or you'll actually create more mats.
Dry first, then brush. Got it.
And just a word of caution, maybe avoid those heavy-duty de-shedding tools or undercoat rakes that can nick the skin. If you're unsure about the right tools, always best to consult with a pro.
Okay, good advice. Drying is another area where I often feel like I'm rushing and maybe not doing it quite right.
Yeah, hasty drying is really common. Most owners do a quick towel down, right? But it's important to try and get the fur as dry as possible. Gently squeeze out excess water first. While some professionals use specific dryers for home use, you'll generally want to avoid human blow dryers.
Why's that? Too hot.
It's just really difficult to regulate the temperature properly. You risk burns. Plus, the noise can be absolutely terrifying for most pets.
Yeah, mine hates the vacuum, so a hairdryer, probably not great.
Probably not. Allowing them to air dry as much as possible, maybe with some gentle towel assistance, is often the healthiest and least stressful option.
Okay, air dry is best. So given all these factors, temperature, shampoo, technique, drying, how often should we actually be bathing our pets? I always worry about overdoing it.
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
You're right to think about overbathing. Dogs and cats, they naturally groom themselves, and their skin produces essential oils for a healthy coat.
Right.
Bathing too often, like more than once a month for many pets, can strip these natural oils. That leads to dry skin, irritation, maybe even itchiness.
So less is more sometimes.
Often, yes. Your vet is the best person to advise on the perfect schedule for your pet's specific breed, their skin condition, and how active they are. But generally, for most dogs, every 4 to 8 weeks is usually sufficient, unless they've, rolled in something truly awful.
Okay, 4 to 8 weeks is a general guideline. Makes sense. All right, so we've identified the pitfalls, the common mistakes. Now for the good stuff. What are the actionable steps? How can we make bath time a genuinely more positive experience for our pets? Let's dive into preparation first.
Okay, preparation. A truly stress-free bath really takes prep, patience, and kind of a multifaceted approach. Think of it like setting the stage for success. First, prepare everything before you even call your pet to the bathroom.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Gather all your supplies, shampoo, conditioner if you use it, brushes, tons of towels, and most importantly, those high-value treats we talked about.
Yes, the good stuff.
This prevents that mid-bath chaos where you're rummaging for a towel while your wet dog is shaking water everywhere. We've all been there. Also, studies show that thoroughly brushing before the bath, just to remove loose fur and tangles, can significantly reduce anxiety, like in 78% of dogs.
Wow, 78%. That's huge. Fewer tangles equals less pulling, I guess.
Exactly. And I've also heard that a tired dog is a calmer dog. Does that apply here?
Oh, absolutely. And it's actually backed by science. Exercising them first is a game changer.
A brisk walk, a good play session, even some mental puzzle toys before the bath. It helps burn off that excess energy, both physical and mental.
Okay.
It helps regulate their brain chemistry, reduces stress hormones, makes them more receptive to something challenging like a bath. Even just 15-20 minutes of exercise can make a noticeable difference in how cooperative they are.
15 minutes.
Totally doable.
Yeah. And remember, you want to create a genuinely positive atmosphere in the bathroom before the bath even starts. Make the space inviting. Maybe play some calming music. Use pet-safe calming scents like lavender.
Lavender, okay. And provide your dog's favorite long-lasting chew toy. Or maybe a calm filled with peanut butter smeared on the wall. Or a lick mat. Great distraction.
Lick mats are brilliant for that.
They really are. And here's a subtle but powerful trick. Occasionally feed your dog in the bathtub.
In the tub, really?
Yeah, even just breakfast on the morning of the bath. It helps build a strong, positive association with that space, chipping away at its scary factor.
Huh. Never thought of that. Making the tub a good place.
Exactly.
Those are fantastic proactive steps. So once we're actually in the tub, what's key to keeping them calm and secure during the bath itself?
Okay, so beyond the lukewarm water we discussed, a crucial element is non-slip security.
Right, slipping fear.
Yes, many dogs really fear falling on slippery tub surfaces.
Yeah.
That instability just triggers panic. So placing a non-slip bath mat or even just a towel on the bottom of the tub makes a huge difference. Having towels ready on the bathroom floor helps too. Studies show 89% of dogs showed reduced anxiety with secure footing.
89%, just from a mat.
Wow. It's huge. Then start by gently soaking their body, avoiding the head and ears initially. Apply the dog-safe shampoo with calm, gentle strokes. And remember, tailored techniques are important. Every dog, every breed has unique needs. Long-coated breeds, for instance, often benefit from a rinse-out conditioner for detangling. Short-haired breeds might not need it at all. Do a little research on your specific dog's needs.
Okay.
Which brings us to a critical point. How do we build and reinforce these positive associations during the bath?
Treats.
Treats. Be incredibly generous with high-value treats. Think little pieces of boiled chicken, peanut butter, whatever they love. Give them a treat whenever your dog is calm or tolerates a step well, like letting you wet their paws. Keep a steady, soothing stream of chatter going. Praise their good behavior constantly.
Constant positive reinforcement.
It's the core of it. Creating a conditioned emotional response that actually changes how they feel about bath time over the long run.
Okay, so the scrubbing is done, the rinsing is done, but the work isn't over yet, right? How do we make sure the post-bath experience reinforces all that positive work? And what are the long-term benefits of this whole approach?
Right. This is where understanding their drying dynamics and those famous zoomies comes in. After gently squeezing out excess water with a towel, let your dog rub and roll on a soft towel or maybe their favorite blanket.
Let them go wild on the towel.
Lift them. It helps them reclaim their scent, dry naturally, and just decompress after the bath. If you absolutely have to use a blow dryer, always use the lowest, coolest setting and hold it at least a foot away to avoid burns.
Cool setting, foot away. Got it.
But ideally, just let their fur air dry as much as possible. It's generally healthier for their skin and coat anyway.
The zoomies are something every dog owner knows. But you mentioned it's more than just goofy energy. What's really happening there?
Yeah, it's fascinating. That burst of energy, the running, rubbing, sprinting around like maniacs.
Yeah.
It's often a natural emotional release. It's actually called a frenetic random activity period, or FRAP.
FRAP.
Okay, it's a completely normal way for dogs to burn off excess energy and excitement, especially after a potentially stressful event like a bath. It's actually a sign they're feeling happy and healthy.
So zoomies are good.
In this context, yeah.
Yeah.
They're also instinctively trying to spread their natural scent back onto themselves and their environment, essentially resetting their canine fingerprint like we talked about.
Ah, back to the scent thing.
Exactly. So to manage these post-bath zoomies, just provide a safe space for them to run it off, maybe the backyard. Let them rub on their bed or roll on the carpet. It's fine. And as we touched on earlier, avoiding those strong, unnatural fragrances in shampoos can actually reduce that intense urge to roll and reclaim their natural smell.
Right. Use the unscented or natural ones.
It helps.
So it really is about much more than just the bath itself. It's the whole routine, the environment we create.
Precisely. Think of it holistically. It's about their overall hygiene and well-being. Regular bathing that once a month or every 4 to 8 weeks, unless they're really dirty, that's just one piece. Consistency in the routine is absolutely key. Consider daily brushing between baths, keeps coats healthy, manages shedding, maintain their paw health, regular nail trims, maybe paw balm. Uncomfortable paws can add to overall stress.
Okay.
Keep their environment clean, wash their beds and blankets regularly, and good dental hygiene. That plays a huge role in their overall freshness and health, which impacts their comfort too.
It all connects.
Really does. And the payoff for all this effort is significant. A smoother bath time isn't just about a clean dog. It gives you a chance for early detection of health issues, fleas, ticks, lumps, dry skin patches.
Good point. A hands-on check.
Exactly. It helps reduce shedding and dander, which is great for owners with allergies. And most importantly, it profoundly strengthens your bond with your pet through positive interaction, through building trust.
That bond is everything. Okay, but for some dogs, like our listeners, Millie, bath time isn't just a minor hassle. It's deeply traumatic, even after trying all the proactive steps. When the anxiety is severe, when it's really ingrained, what more can we do?
Yeah, this brings us to a critical area, addressing those deeply ingrained fears. And this is where the science of desensitization and counterconditioning, or DSCC, really shines.
DSCC, okay.
It's about fundamentally changing how your dog feels about the bath, not just trying to suppress their fearful behavior. The goal is to habitually pair something they find aversive, like the sight of the bathtub or the sound of running water, with something incredibly rewarding.
High-value treats again.
The highest value treats. This means using what we call auditioned reinforcers, rewards your dog truly craves, and doesn't get often. Think tiny bits of hot dog, cheese, cooked chicken, whatever makes their eyes light up.
So it's about completely changing their emotional association, not just making them put up with it.
Exactly right. And the most critical rule here, the absolute golden rule, is to always stay below threshold.
A low threshold, what does that mean?
It means starting at such a low intensity that your dog remains completely calm. They should still take treats happily, show no signs of stress, no trying to escape. If they start barking, whining, showing fear signals like trembling or refusing food, you've pushed too far, too fast.
Okay, so if they react badly, you back off immediately.
Immediately, dial it right back. For example, if your dog fears the brush, you might start by just showing them the brush from across the room. Reward them for looking at it calmly. Then gradually bring it closer over sessions, then maybe briefly touch an easy body part like their back, always rewarding calm behavior. The goal here is their consent, not just their tolerance.
Consent, not tolerance. I like that.
It's key. And this gradual introduction applies to the bath environment too. Start with just a dry tub. Let them sniff it and maybe toss a treat in. Then maybe add a tiny bit of lukewarm water, just enough to wet their paws. Let them splash if they want. Play a game. Slowly, incrementally, over multiple sessions, increase the water level and the activity.
Baby steps. How do we know if we're pushing them too much, though, or maybe not seeing progress? Are there subtle signs we should look for?
Yes, absolutely. It's crucial to learn to read their calming signals. These are your dog's subtle ways of saying, I'm a bit uncomfortable here.
Like what?
Things like turning their head away, averting their gaze, direct eye contact can feel threatening. Maybe licking their lips when they're not thirsty, yawning when they're not tired, freezing suddenly, or making very slow, deliberate movements.
Yeah, the slow motion move. I've seen that.
Exactly. If you see any of these signals, consider it a yellow flag, maybe even a red one. It means you need to reduce the intensity of whatever you're doing right away and reassess. Go back a step.
Okay, watch for the subtle signs. And when do we just acknowledge that maybe our best efforts aren't enough? When is it time to call in a professional?
That's an important consideration. If your dog's anxiety is severe and persistent, despite your best DSCC efforts, or if their fur is heavily matted to the point where trying to groom them at home is clearly painful or impossible, then a professional groomer can be invaluable.
What can they do differently?
Well, they have specific expertise, for one, and often a suite of tools and techniques designed to keep dogs calm. Things like specialized non-slip surfaces on their tables and in tubs, which provide stability and reduce fatigue. They're trained in gentle, patient-handling approaches, they avoid forceful techniques, and crucially, they know when to give an anxious dog a break.
Right. They read the signals, too.
Good ones do, yes. Many groomers also work hard to create soothing environments, maybe using calming essential oil diffusers or specialized shampoos with soothing ingredients. And importantly, an ethical groomer knows when to stop. If a dog is simply too stressed or becomes aggressive, they'll prioritize the pet's comfort and safety over just finishing the groom.
That's good to know. It's an investment in their well-being.
It really is. Sometimes professional help is the kindest option.
Ultimately, it sounds like it truly is about patience, consistent practice, and the power of positive reinforcement, whether it's us or a pro. So there you have it, a deep dive into transforming bath time from potentially a battleground into a bonding experience. We've talked about everything from the optimal water temperature and picking the right shampoo to understanding those subtle canine calming signals and the profound science of desensitization and counter conditioning.
And remember, consistency really is the key ingredient here. Every single positive interaction, no matter how small it seems, builds trust and comfort. Your dog's reaction probably won't change overnight. That's okay. But with patience and using the right techniques consistently, you absolutely can make a significant, lasting difference. And the real reward, isn't just having a clean pet. It's that stronger, happier bond you build based on mutual understanding and positive experiences.
Absolutely. And here's a little thought for you to mull over as we wrap up. If a dog's zoomies after a bath are this natural, instinctual way for them to release tension and sort of reclaim their identity, what small everyday habits do we engage in, maybe unconsciously, to instinctively reset ourselves, to reclaim our own sense of self after a stressful experience? How might understanding our pet's deep instinctual needs actually mirror a deeper understanding of our own well-being and our own natural coping mechanisms? Something to think about. Join us next time on the deep dive as we explore another fascinating topic.